Hi, I'm Candice from Equilibrium Products and we're here with Jasmine today. So just a short introduction to Equilibrium for those who don't know. So we're 25 years old now. We were founded by one product, the Equilibrium Muzzle Net. We've since made a range of products that make a difference to horses' lives that are well-being focused as well as tested. And this ranges from head collars to boots to fly masks to cooling rugs and more. Today we're going to talk about the Equilibrium Massage Pad Heatsense. This is based on our infamous massage pad. It's battery operated, it's got massage motors, it covers most of the back where the saddle area is, but it also has the addition of heat. The heat is situated towards the back third of the pad and actually has sensors to make sure your horse doesn't get too hot, but it does get hot enough to make a difference. So thank you, Jasmine, for joining us today. Would you mind telling us a bit about yourself and your business?
So my name is Jasmine. I am the owner of Ivy House Saddlery. I'm a qualified saddle fitter and originally did an equine degree at Nottingham Trent University. My passions are saddle fitting and I also really enjoy doing research, and I'm a show jumper in my spare time.
Cool. And you've got 2 horses?
I've got 2 horses, a warm blood and a thoroughbred cross. I've been using Equilibrium's products for a long time now. My favourite was probably the massage pad, so when the Massage Pad Heatsense came out, it was a no-brainer that this was something I wanted to try on my horses, and I've had excellent results with it so far.
So we commissioned you to do a study a while back. What was the objective of the study?
So the study was looking at warm-up techniques and how we can optimise warm-up techniques. The Massage Pad Heatsense was used against a baseline of the horse's back to see the back changes that it brought about. This was then compared to if the horse had done a dynamic warm-up. In this case it was a lunging session, and we wanted to see if the Massage Pad Heatsense brought about changes that were similar to a dynamic warm-up.
So why are warm-ups actually important for our horses?
So a warm-up will enhance the physiological readiness of the horse's body. The main physiological changes we want to be happening is increased core temperature and increased blood flow. Increased blood flow is going to increase the oxygen and nutrients to the working muscles and the removal of toxics and waste products such as lactic acid, which will optimise performance. Increasing core temperature will improve muscle elasticity.
So can you walk us through the methodology of the study?
So a few months ago we completed a pilot study which compared the dynamic warm-up, which in the pilot study was a ridden assessment, versus the Massage Pad Heatsense. In this study, to reduce the variables that were influencing the results, such as saddle fit and riding ability, we looked at lunging as our dynamic warm-up. So we compared the Massage Pad Heatsense to the dynamic warm-up. So we took measurements using templates of the horse's back at baseline. This was then taken again post-use of the Massage Pad Heatsense and post-use of the dynamic warm-up. This was then compared to the baseline and also to both independent variables. We used a flexi-curve ruler and placed it along the back of the horse at different locations. For example, we looked at where the saddle tree would be. We looked at T18, thoracic vertebra 18, which is where the back of the saddle shouldn't surpass. We looked at the lumbar region and other regions in the thoracic zone. And we looked to see how both of these independent variables would change the templates of the horse's back.
Okay, and did you do that all on one day? How did you do that?
So we did it on different days. Previous studies have found that massage and the use of heat and also dynamic warm-ups can bring about changes that last 48 hours.
Oh, wow.
So we didn't want to complete the study for the massage pad and then immediately or even the next day complete the study again for the different independent variable, because there would still be effects from the previous independent variable. So we monitored the weather as well to try and reduce the influence of that,
Okay.
And yeah, we had to do it on different days, at least 48 hours apart.
Okay. And when you use the Heatsense, what setting was that on?
So we opted for medium plus the Heatsense.
Okay. And for how long? For the full 30-minute session?
It was for the full cycle, yes. And we made sure that when the horse's templates were taken at baseline, that was when the horse had been stood in the stable for a minimum of, I think it was 3 hours,
Okay.
to reduce the influence of moving around if it was in the field. And that was the same when we tested the independent variables as well.
And what did the lunge session consist of?
So the lunging session altogether was 10 minutes of walk and 7.5 minutes of trot. That was equally on both reins while maintaining as best as possible a 20-metre circle.
Okay, so a decent kind of
Yeah,
bit of
and the
exercise.
horses didn't wear any equipment. It was just a basic cavesson, a lunge line. So most of the horses were encouraged to work over their back and long and low. Some horses worked with a bit higher head carriage, but we promoted relaxation during the lunge session.
And would you say the horses you used were kind of a good representation of kind of the average horse out there?
Yeah, so the horses really varied in conformation, age, discipline. Most horses were considered fit. We wanted horses to be ridden in general between, I think, 4 and 5 times a week. So we wanted to use horses that were fit, but it ranged from cobs to sports horses to leisure ponies. So it was a
good variety.
A good variety, yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned FlexiCurve ruler. So what actually is that, and how is it used in saddle fitting?
So this is a FlexiCurve ruler. You can place it on the horse's back in order to template it onto a piece of paper. It's good for saddle fitting. You can see asymmetry, you can work out a horse's angle, and it's really good for seeing change as well. Okay. When I go out saddle fitting, I like to template the horse, note it all down, and then when I come out in a few weeks or a few months, re-template, look at any changes, see if the horse is built up more on one side or more than the other, or if the horse has got some atrophy. So really great bit of kit.
So you use that before the session with the Heatsense or the kind of warm-up, and then you use that afterwards, and then you put it on a piece of paper, and then you kind of see the difference. Is that correct?
That's right. So yeah, I'll use it at the baseline, which is when the back is cold, when they've stood in the stable, then post use of the Massage Pad Heatsense or post use of the dynamic warm-up.
So why would you compare the Heatsense to a dynamic warm-up?
So in our pilot study, we established that in doing a dynamic lunging session over a dynamic ridden session meant that we could control a lot more influencing factors. So for the dynamic ridden assessment, there was rider ability, rider weight, saddle fit, saddle balance, schooling level of the horse's ability to work over its back and engage all of its back muscles. There were loads of influencing factors. So by taking away the saddle and the ridden part, it meant that we got rid of a lot of these influencing factors and the horse was moving much more naturally. So we compared the Massage Pad Heatsense to a dynamic warm-up to essentially see if it had similar effects to a warm-up and whether we could incorporate it as part of a warm-up, whether it could even replace part of a dynamic warm-up. So yeah, it was a good comparison to make in the study.
So what were the results from this piece of research?
So the results were that the Massage Pad Heatsense had a measurable impact on the back dimensions of the horse following its use, and this was actually comparable to a dynamic warm-up as well.
So how does this compare to traditional warm-ups like lunging?
So the Massage Pad Heatsense actually showed that some muscle groups that weren't being activated during the dynamic lunge were in fact being activated post-use of the Massage Pad Heatsense. This implies that there are physiological changes going on in the muscles when using the Massage Pad Heatsense, which wasn't actually happening during the dynamic lunge. This means that we could be using the Massage Pad Heatsense to activate some muscles needed for performance, which during a warm-up aren't being activated.
And were the changes significant?
Yeah, the changes were very significant.
What does this translate to for the horse owner?
This means that horse owners could consider using the Massage Pad Heatsense as a complementary warm-up to a dynamic warm-up. So when comparing the two independent variables, which is the Massage Pad Heatsense and the dynamic warm-up, muscle engagement varied between the two for some horses. So using the Massage Pad Heatsense can engage some muscles that a warm-up isn't, to hopefully optimise performance even more than just a dynamic warm-up would.
Okay, so what was the most surprising finding of the study for you?
So the most surprising finding was probably that some horses were yielding more significant results following the use of the Massage Pad Heatsense than they were following a dynamic warm-up.
So what are the reasons for the differences seen in the horse's back following the use of the Heatsense and the dynamic warm-up?
So this study didn't specifically interpret the physiological changes, but it can be implied that this is from a change in blood flow, a change in hormones, and a change in fluid retention as well.
So how can this help horse owners with their warm-up routines?
So this study has proven that the Massage Pad Heatsense does induce physiological changes to the back muscles. It's these physiological changes which we strive for when we're warming up our horse to prepare them for performance or for general exercise. So it could be a great complementary warm-up technique for horse owners.
So what types of horses would the Massage Pad Heatsense benefit?
So the Massage Pad Heatsense would benefit a whole array of horses regardless of type, discipline, conformation, age. I think when you think of a massage pad, you think of performance horses, and yes, it's a great complementary warm-up technique in addition to a dynamic warm-up for performance horses that are perhaps competing at a very stressful level, which is asking a lot of their joints and muscles. But it's also just as suitable for your leisure horse in preparing them for a ridden activity or even any dynamic activity, whether that's lunging, long reining over poles. It would also be suitable for your older horses, possibly those that have some arthritis creeping in. Studies have shown that the Massage Pad Heatsense and the physiological changes that are induced by the Massage Pad Heatsense can facilitate in overall recovery in horses. In addition to this, horses in rehab, it would really benefit. Again, these physiological changes have been known to alleviate tension, perhaps during compensatory movement, if the horse is injured on one leg and is compensating in their movement or in their posture. The Heatsense massage pad can help in relieving that tension, and the overall increase in blood flow can potentially help to heal injuries at a faster rate.
I know our massage pad and now the Heatsense has actually been used by a lot of physios who do kissing spine rehabs as well, and just to get kind of obviously when the back is ready and just to help increase that blood flow and keep the horse comfortable and those muscles supple.
Yeah, definitely.
After surgery.
Yeah, the pliability from the increase in heat from the Heatsense means that physios can probably work a bit deeper at a faster rate than if they were to go in on a cold back. So yeah, that would make sense.
So do you think there is potential for combining the Massage Pad Heatsense with other techniques for enhanced results?
I think definitely. I think one technique which would be really good post use of the Massage Pad Heatsense is just simple stretching exercises and mobilisation techniques. Just something as simple as carrot stretches to be done after the Massage Pad Heatsense when everything is more pliable, there's a better range of movement, the back is warm. It would really optimise the stretching, and yeah, it would be a great addition to the Massage Pad Heatsense, and then addition to the dynamic warm-up as well, and you can really optimise your horse's performance and comfort and welfare.
So you mentioned at the start that you've got 2 horses and you also compete. So I know you've been using the Heatsense as well for your own horses. Would you say that you have noticed a difference from a horse owner's point of view?
Definitely. I feel that since COVID, when warm-ups were very restricted, warm-ups are still slightly more restricted than before COVID. So perhaps there is a pressure to warm up a bit faster. Using the massage pad previously and the Massage Pad Heatsense, I use it as a complementary to my dynamic warm-up. I feel that my horses are more supple in the warm-up. I feel that I can perhaps ask a bit more of them a bit sooner if they've had the Massage Pad Heatsense on prior. It's particularly good in cold weather as well. You know that you're getting on a horse with pliable muscles that are warm and partially activated. So overall there's less pressure during the warm-up.
So when we developed the Massage Pad range and then in addition the Heatsense to that, we wanted a range that was really A, battery operated, but B, portable, so that you could use it kind of wherever. So like when you go to an event, like where do you tend to use it?
Yeah, so it's so convenient, the Massage Pad Heatsense. So lightweight, easy to store. The battery life is also one thing to mention, because I think I've had the Massage Pad Heatsense a year now and potentially charged it 2 or 3 times. Usually when I personally go to a competition, I'll arrive at the competition in plenty of time. I don't like to rush. And while I get ready, I pop the Massage Pad Heatsense on, sometimes not even for the full cycle, for 20 minutes while I get myself ready. Then I come to tack up, whip it off, saddle on, jump on, and yeah, they're good to go.
So just to summarise then, so just a single use of the Massage Pad Heatsense led to significant changes in the horse's back. This can help to prepare the horse for exercise and should be used alongside your normal exercise or warm-up regime, because it can activate different muscles to your warm-up. So thirdly, using the Heatsense alongside a proper warm-up session is ideal for all horses and ponies to help maintain a healthy back and also prepare their bodies for exercise. So thank you, Jasmine, so much for your time today. I hope everyone's kind of taken something away from that, and yeah, see you next time.